Hello everyone, welcome to today's session. I hope that you're doing good and you're taking good care of yourselves. This session is basically based on life processes. We are revising life processes in this session so that you can be sure that your preparation is up to the mark. Okay, so am I clearly audible and visible to everybody? Hi, and I'm family. Hello everybody. Okay, so I can see that I'm clearly visible as well as I'm audible to everybody. And today we'll be doing live processes in one shot. After a very long time, I'm coming live because of not getting time. But today somehow I managed 30 minutes out of my schedule to teach you this chapter so that if any of the question comes in, at least you'll do good in bio. Your bio will become super strong in today's session. Yes, everybody, so shall we start? Before that, I want a yo in the chat so that, okay, I'm audible and visible. Thank you so much. Okay, fine. Perfect. Chalo, so let us get started with it. Life processes talks about four major aspects: nutrition, respiration, transportation, and excretion. There are four major concepts in this chapter, out of which the most important is transportation. Okay, that is about circulation of blood in our body. So I'm not gonna take each and every topic. I'll give you the most important topics that you can expect in your boards. So first important topic over here is to understand the basic life processes, which are nutrition, respiration, circulation, and excretion. So that you have done. I am starting with nutrition. Nutrition means intake of food. Basically, we are taking in the food, okay, in which there are nutrients which we are absorbing. So absorption of those nutrients, that is also kind of nutrition. Okay, so taking that materials outside the body, taking in, and then whatever source of energy we are taking in, because of which energy is produced. Okay, so this is about nutrition. Clear? Ouch. Okay, now basically nutrition, we have two parts: autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. Autotrophic means the nutrition which is followed by plants. What do? They prepare their own food. So basically what you need to understand over here, that carbon dioxide and water are important for this process of photosynthesis. Super duper important. Okay, done. So CO2 and H2O, these are important. They are the raw materials for photosynthesis. Okay, fine. Now I think I was having some kind of connectivity problems. So here they're saying that CO2 and H2 are the major things. Let's move on now. Now this is the equation of photosynthesis. This can be asked as an MCQ. The equation is super duper important. Please mark this. 6CO2 plus 6H2 in presence of chlorophyll and sunlight gives us C6H12O6 plus 6O2. Balancing is important. So remember that your equation should be balanced. Okay, done. Now major three events of photosynthesis, super duper important. What are three? Let me know in the chat. Quickly everyone. How many? Okay. Now I'll tell you there are three major events in photosynthesis. Number one, absorption of light energy by chlorophyll. Chlorophyll absorbs light energy. Second, then this light energy is converted into chemical energy by splitting of water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, then after that the important topic comes here are the diagrams. Two diagrams, super duper important. First of all, you should be having a basic idea about this leaf, structure of the leaf. This is an MCQ. Cross section of the leaf, basically this is the lower epidermis, guard cells, chloroplasts. You should remember the main things. I'm telling you the NCERT markings, so keep it open. Okay. Okay, so what we are able to see that at the lower part we have more stomata, and stomata help in transpiration and gaseous exchange. Then we have an activity which is very important, okay, that can be asked in an examination related to, oh my god, is my network not fast? Is it fine? Okay. Now remember this one, this activity for proving that chlorophyll is essential for the process of photosynthesis. How do we prove that? This is the activity. Please go through it. This is important. I'm telling you the main points. Okay. Then we come to open and close stomatal pore. It depends on the water content in the gut cells that when your stomata will open, when will it close. Okay, so just go through this. This is also important. They can ask you, this is the main MCQ over here, and you should know the features of stomata. They can be asked. Hi Gunjan Jha, how are you? Okay, I've taken your name. I've taken your name. Okay. So did you understand? Is it understandable? Yes, good. What happened? Fine. Because it's showing no data in mine. Okay, so this is the problem with live sessions, that whenever I try to conduct, there are one or the other connectivity issues always present. Is it better now? Okay. So that you can remember. Then we have an activity related to proving that CO2 is essential. For that we are having KOH, potassium hydroxide. MCQs can be asked that why is it used. Okay, so the reason is that for absorbing CO2. So this bell jar experiment you need to go through, and then some of the important things related to photosynthesis again that I'm not discussing. Then heterotrophic nutrition, in which the organisms are dependent on another organism, on the other organisms for their food. Clear? So you can go through it. This is actually not important. You need to learn about amoeba, that amoeba is holozoic, about saprotrophic, parasitic and holozoic. Okay, parasitic I told you were dependent on the host, saprotrophic breaking down the food outside the body, holozoic like humans, digestive. And amoebas, this one diagram you need to remember, please learn that. The nutrition in human beings is about digestion. Alimentary canal is the long tube, okay, starting from your mouth or buccal cavity till your anus. This is the complete alimentary canal, which has many parts. It's a long tube. Okay, so never get confused. It is also known as gastrointestinal tract. Done. Okay. So this you need to remember about alimentary canal. Then we have the digestive system. I'll just teach you through this diagram. No need for any other thing. We will revise through this diagram. We'll have okay. Now the whole diagram is visible. This part, focus on this part. So it starts with the mouth or buccal cavity. Here are the tongue, which moisten the food. Then we have teeth to chew the food. Okay, and then it passes to the esophagus, which is the food pipe. It is just a pipe wherein the peristaltic movement, rhythmic contraction and expansion that takes place. Then the food enters the stomach, where we have the gastric glands, which come into the picture. How many of you know about these gastric glands? Hey Akanksha, hello. Am I facing a lot of connectivity issues? Then I will have to disappear for some time. Is it okay if I disappear? Fine. Just showing you the diagram. I want to tell you about this diagram of digestive system. So diaphragm, that is related to respiration. Okay, now I guess it's better. So in stomach we have three juices. First of all we have HCl, then pepsin, which digests proteins partially to an extent. Okay, and we have mucus, which protects the inner lining of the stomach by the action of HCl, which is a corrosive acid, as you know. Then it reaches the small intestine, which is the complete site of digestion, which has trypsin, lipase and amylase. Yeah, and saliva also, I forgot to tell you over here. Saliva contains salivary amylase, which breaks down starch into simple sugars or maltose, you can say. Clear? Hi Akhil, how are you doing? Okay, now pay attention over here. In the small intestine, complete digestion takes place. The secretions of liver as well as pancreas are there in the small intestine. Remember that. This portion is the gallbladder, and main enzyme of liver is bile, which emulsifies the fats, which you can say breaks down the fats a bit. Okay, for the action of lipase to be easier. Done. And pancreas has three enzymes: trypsin, which completely digests proteins; amylase, which completely digests starch; and lipase, which completely digests fats or lipids. Done. And then large intestine, reabsorption of water, and anus, elimination. So I've just given you the brief of it. I hope you have done. Then acidity, because of excess of HCl, and herbivores have larger intestines, and cellulose takes more space too. See here it's written to digest it. Need a longer small intestine to digest. That's why they have a longer small intestine. So this is done, and we are done with digestion. You should remember the end products, which are amino acids. Okay. For proteins break down into amino acids, then fats break down into fatty acids and glycerol, and carbohydrates into glucose. Clear? Clear? Thank you so much, Nine family. Okay, now I guess it's better after I have switched off my camera. I don't know what problem occurs generally. Let's move on. Dental caries, you should give it a reading. It's just talking about general things. Okay, now respiration. First activity, we are testing the importance, how CO2, what is the role of CO2 over here in respiration, so that you can go through. It's important. I'm just telling you the important things because by now you have done everything. Every single concept has been clarified. I am not gonna teach, I'll just tell you the important points and revise. Okay. So now you should remember this chart over here in respiration. This is your Bible chart. I am guaranteeing you that at least 1 to 2 questions will be based on this chart. So glucose is something which is the end product of digestion in case of carbs. Carbs are finally transformed into glucose. Do you all know this? And I'm family, actually I'm facing connectivity issues, that's why I cannot show my face today. Okay, I hope it's adjustable. Okay, then glucose is used in respiration to release energy. Respiration is basically related to releasing energy. For us, we think it's breathing. Breathing is a part of respiration. So in glucose, it starts in cytoplasm. Glucose gets converted into pyruvate. Then these are the three: aerobic, lactic acid, anaerobic in humans, and anaerobic in yeast. Please go through it. Okay. Energy currency is ATP. In respiration and plants is easy. That in photosynthesis, O2 is released, whereas in general respiration, CO2 is only released. This is important. And go through it. Then about terrestrial and aquatic animals, you need to learn them. That in aquatic animals, the rate of breathing is faster. And today I'm not explaining that well, because you have already prepared, and if you want complete explanation, please check out this print revision series. I've explained everything over there. I'm just telling you important points. Here you need to know about rings of cartilage. Now then, talking about respiration in humans, through the diagram I'll again brief it. It starts with the nasal passage, then mouth cavity, pharynx, larynx. Okay, pharynx is the tube which divides into trachea and esophagus. Then trachea is the windpipe, rings of cartilage to prevent collapse. Then trachea divides into the bronchi, which then terminate into bronchioles, and finally alveoli. Alveoli is the site. Oh, just a second. Alveoli is the site of respiration. So remember that. Okay. In this way, exchange of gases takes place. It is connected with blood capillaries. Then oxygen from blood capillaries, sorry, CO2 from blood capillaries enters the alveoli, and oxygen from alveoli into the capillaries. So this is all about it. Basically, in this way, we breathe. Done. So you can read this once. Okay, it's not difficult. If you want proper explanation, please check out the Sprint Revision X series. Okay, so I'm not telling you this. Now we have transportation, in which we talk about transporting of blood. You should remember this diagram of heart. It's super duper important. It can be asked in the exam. How it pumps all the 4 chambers of heart, I have explained in Sprint Revision X. Please check it out. Right now I'm just telling you it's important. In double circulation, I explained very well in Sprint Revision X. Please check it out in case you haven't checked. I made the entire figure for explaining you, so do check. Okay, fine. So you should know this. And blood pressure is important. Systole, diastole is important. Remember that. Maintenance by platelets and lymph is important. Transportation in plants, xylem phloem is important. You can go through that. I am not explaining you because I have already explained in Sprint Revision X. This is for telling you the important topics basically, which can be asked in the exam. So just follow those topics. Okay. Let's move on then. So this you remember. And last, excretion, in which nitrogenous wastes, they are eliminated from the body. Done. So in this way we actually finish up with life processes. I have told you the important topic that you need to remember. Will you remember, guys? Tell me. Solve the in-text questions. As I say, in-text questions are important for all of you, so that you can get a basic clarity about it, about the concepts. Okay, done. And CBSE has also released some additional practice papers on its website, so you can go through those papers also. So I guess the session was pretty useful for you. I would like to end it over here because you have to read by your own. This time is for self-studying, the best time. I am telling you the important topics. I have already explained you. And now all the best for your exam. Do good. Yes, Akanksha, please ask your questions. What questions you have? Can you please tell that what you could create the session Premiere? What? Yeah, I could have done it Premiere also, but actually that takes a lot of time and internet. That's why. Yeah. So that was only the answer. Now I'm signing off. You all need to prepare for tomorrow's board exam also. So I'm